Now here the parent class reference variable and child class object is a very important concept. So you can please check these two examples, and so here I am writing number of examples. So don't say it ideal in front of the in front of the video. So while listening the video, so can please take the pen and paper and do the practicals of this example. I am always trying to develop each and every example. So every theoretical point I will convert it as a practical point. So I'm always believe the practical knowledge. So I am covering number of example, and myself seems to be, I hope I am thinking the class seems to be little bit faster. That's the reason, one option. So pause the video, write the example, pause the video, write the points. So always in YouTube pausing option is there. Always try to pause the video and try to watch the complete video. So and don't listen the video directly 1 hour or 2 hours. So always take the pen and paper, try to note down some points. So here overriding, I discuss the rules. As part of rules, we complete one more important point: parent reference variable, child class object. In the parent class reference variable, child class object, just remember one point: compile time, compile rechecking methods in parent class. Runtime, which class object is created, that class methods will be executed. That point is enough. So clear? So based on this point, I will implement the overriding rule number 5. So overriding rule number 5 is not completed. So to complete the overriding rule number 5, we require this parent p equal new child. That is the reason I completed parent p equal to new child. In entire Java, just to remember one point: after new keyword, that is only object. After new keyword, that is the object. So clear? So based on this discussion, so I will complete the overriding rule number 5. So what is the rule number 5, Ratan? Static methods. So in Java, so how the static methods overriding? So we will discuss the static methods overriding here. So check the overriding, whether it is possible or not possible. So I will give the example regarding static methods. Now this is our last example. I declare this one is a static modifier. I declare this one is also static modifier. This is my static modifier. So m2 is not required. That is overridden method. This is overriding method. So parent p equal new child only, but I called p.m1. Now tell me, in this case, what is the output? Generally you are thinking, Ratan, compile time, compile rechecking methods in parent class, and runtime, which class object is created, that class methods will be executed. As part of our 1 hour discussion, last 50 minutes discussion, directly you are able to say the output is the child m1. Directly you are able to say the output is the child m1. But one twist here. What is the twist? Do the compilation, do the execution, output is the parent m1. Output is the parent m1. So why, Ratan? Output is obviously, you are thinking child m1, but output is the parent m1. So what is the reason here? So concentrate here. Now m1 is a static method, right? When we call the p.m1, p is which type? Tell me. Parent type. So m1 method is specific to parent. That is the reason when we call the p.m1, so parent m1 only printed. When we call the p.m1, parent m1 only printed. Why, Ratan? The static methods are specific to class but not specific to object. Static methods are always specific to class. This is a static method. Which class variable you are calling? Parent class variable. That parent class method will be executed. Child class variable, that child class will be executed. Point is clear? So based on this conclusion, you can say in Java it is not possible to override the static methods in Java. So it is not possible to override the static methods in Java. Why? The static methods are bound with the class. So it is not possible to override. This example seems to be overriding, but this concept is called method hiding concept. Hey, this example seems to be, what is the concept here? Overriding concept, but this concept is called which one? This concept is called method hiding concept. This is the overriding rule number 5. This is called method hiding. Method, so tell me, hiding. This is method hiding concept. So concentrate. What is the rule number 5 here? So it is not possible to override static methods in Java because the static methods are specific to class. So the static methods are specific to class. Point is clear? This overriding rule number 5 is completed. Rule number 5 here. So static methods overriding is not possible. Static methods overriding is not possible. Tell me what's the last conclusion here? Instance methods are bounded with the object. Instance methods are bounded with the object. It is possible to override the instance method. But static methods are bounded with the class. It is not possible to override the static methods in Java. The last, that example, in the screen, that example seems to be which concept? Overriding. But that concept is called which concept? Method hiding concept. The concept is called method hiding. So once you understand parent p equal new child, then this parent p equal new child I am applying in this example to understand the static methods overriding is not possible. So clear? This is the rule number how much here? 5 rule. Total how many rules are completed here? 5 rules. Tell me what is the rule number 1? What is rule number 1 here? While overriding, the overridden method signature and overriding method signatures must be same. Rule number 2, while overriding, the overridden method return type and overriding method return type must be same at primitive level. Return type must be same at primitive level. Void, int, float like that. Rule number 3, it is possible to change the return type of the methods by using which concept? Covariant return type concept. What do you mean by covariant return type here? The child class method return type is a child type, parent class method return type is a parent type. Rule number 4, it is not possible to override the final methods in Java. So you know final class means cannot extend, final methods means cannot override, final variables means cannot reassign, and final class variables are not a final. Final class variables are not a final, but final class methods are final. Just I completed that point also, right? Good. What is the rule number 5? What is the rule number 5 here? So I discussed first of rule number, before rule number 5, I completed parent p equal new child. The parent p equal new child means compile time, compile tree checking methods in parent type, runtime which class object is created, that class methods will be executed. But coming to the static method, static methods are bounded with the class. So static methods overriding is not possible in Java. Static methods overriding possible or not possible? Not possible in Java. So point is clear. This information regarding our rule number 5. The next one we will discuss the rule number 6. What is the rule number 6 here? So rule number 6. So overriding rule number 6 we will discuss. Tell me what is the rule number 6 here. So here, before going to the rule number 6, so you must know information about private modifier. Information about private modifier. Ratan, what about private modifier, Ratan? Private is applicable for variables, private variables concept, and private is applicable for methods. So private is a modifier, it is applicable for the variables and methods. So the most restricted modifier in Java is private. So Ratan, what is the permission of the private? So we are able to access the private members only within the class. Most restricted modifier in Java, private. Tell me, we are able to access private members only within the class, and it is not possible to access even child class also. If your father is declared as a private, child also is unable to access that method. Child also unable to access that method. Point is clear? This information regarding here private. Now I am trying to override the private method. Let's see what happened. So here private methods overriding. Let's see. This is your example generally. So here remove this one here. I declared void m1. So here I am creating object of which class? Child class object. Child c equal new child of. I called c dot m1. Control S. So now tell me what is the output in this case. Code is compiled, code is executed. So parent class m1 method will be executed. When we call the c dot m1, first of all it will check the methods in child class. Child class any method here? There is no method. Parent class method will be executed. It's not a great one. But here I declared private modifier. When I declared private modifier, so do the compilation. What it is saying here? C dot m1 variable c is type child, cannot find symbol. Good. So what is it saying here? Cannot find symbol. Good. So here I declare private modifier in front of the m1 method. Now can please see here, create the object of parent. Don't use a child class here. Parent p equal new parent of. I am trying to call the p dot m1. But parent m1 method is having private modifier, right? So private modifier means we are able to access this private method only within the class. But I am trying to access outside of the class or not. If you are trying to access outside of the class, so it generates error message. What error message here? M1 has private access in parent. M1 has private access in parent, so child class is unable to access, right? So the private methods are specific to class. Specific to class means, tell me, is it possible to override the method or not? Obviously, is it possible to override the method or not? So obviously it is not possible to override the method. Private void m1, so open brace, closure brace. Now concentrate. So here the system dot out dot println of, here just I am writing this is my class, child class m1. It seems to be overriding but not. Why Ratan? This method is belongs to parent, this method is belongs to child. Two different methods. So point is clear. It is not a overriding concept. Why Ratan? This method is specific to parent, this method is specific to child. What is the permission of private? Private permissions are within the class only, within the class. So within the class means it is not visible in the child class. It is not visible in the child class means here, how to override that method? Possible or not possible here? So overriding is not possible. So point is clear. So if we remove this code also, so it seems to be overriding but it is not. Why? This method is specific to child, this method is specific to parent. Specific to child, specific to parent. So point is clear. There is a overriding rule number 6. So what is the overriding rule number 6? So it is not possible to override the private methods because private methods are specific to particular class. So the parent class private methods not visible in the child class. There is a rule number 6. So clear? The next one is the rule number 7. Rule number 7. So before going to rule number 7, so we must know information about modifiers. We must know information about modifiers. So what is the modifiers? So how many modifiers required for the rule number 7? So the rule number 7 public modifier is required. So protected modifier, and here, so here private modifier required and a default modifier required. So we must know information about these 4 modifiers. Once you know the information about these 4 modifiers, then only are able to understand the rule number 7. Ratan, what is the public, private, protected, default, Ratan? Coming to these modifiers, public is applicable for the variables and applicable for the methods and applicable for the constructors and applicable for the classes also, right? Classes. Applicable for the classes. Now protected, it is for only for variables, methods. Private, it is for variables, it is for methods. Default, it is variable and methods and classes also. These are the permissions, like this modifiers are applicable for the variables, methods, classes. Protected and private variables and methods, default variables, methods and classes. Now can you please tell me the permission of these methods, Ratan? Permission is important. Check the permission. Coming to public, any package can access, any package. The most accessible modifier in Java is public. Anyone can access. So you know, in hostel rooms, public property. Public property means anyone can use. So clear. So any package can use the public members. Ratan, what is the protected members, Ratan? So protected members within the package possible, within the package. So within the package level is possible, and it is possible to call outside package also. Outside package only child class is possible. So protected access here within the package possible, and outside package child class is possible. Outside package child class is possible. What about private, Ratan? Most restricted modifier in Java is private. So you know, permission last overriding rule number 6 we completed private, right? What is the permission of the private? Only within the class, right? The most restricted modifier in Java within the class. So what about default, Ratan? You know the default modifier in Java. So for the classes, methods, variables, if you are not declaring any modifier, by default the default modifier. So these 4 modifiers in detail we will discuss at package level. So the next videos I will give the packages concept. In the packages concept I will give the information about this all modifiers. Just I'm covering basic points, the points which are required for the overriding rule number 7. Just I'm covering basic points here. In detail in these 4 modifiers we will discuss at package level. We will discuss at a package level. So clear? That's the point. Ratan, what is the default modifier in Java is default. So generally we are declaring class, we are not assigning any modifier, right? If you are not assigning any modifier, default modifier is there. Generally we are declaring variable int a equal 10, int b equal 20. We are not declaring any modifier. We are not declaring any modifier, default modifier. Generally we are declaring methods. For the methods we are not declaring any modifier, default modifier. So the default modifier in Java is default. Ratan, what is the default access here? The default access within the package. What is the default access? Tell me. So within the package. Within the package. So these are the permissions. So in detail we will discuss at package level. So what is the public access here? Anyone can access. What is the protected access? Within the package possible, and outside of the package only child class is possible. What next one here? Private. The most restricted modifier in Java is private. What is the private access here? Only within the class. Even child class is also unable to access, just a completed. Default. The default modifier in Java is default. What is the default access here? We are able to access the default members only within the package. We are able to access default members only within the package. So point is clear. This information regarding 4 modifiers. So these 4 modifiers I will apply in overriding concept. So completely concentrate. Now here in the parent class I declared, I am not declaring any modifier. In the parent class I am not declaring any modifier means what is the default modifier in Java? Hey, tell me what is the default modifier in Java? Default is there. Here also default. So default same. So concentrate. It is the same level permissions, I hope. Same level permissions. Parent class default, child class also default, same level permissions, right? So do the compilation, code is compiled. Don't ask execution because there is no main method here. This is the case 1. This is the case 1. This is a overriding. So rule number how much? 7. There is a case 1. Same level. So same level you can say case 1 here. But then what is the case 2? So concentrate here. While overriding the methods, so I declared class parent class. In the parent class I declared void m1. I am writing some implementations here, leave it. So I declared class child. The child extends which class here? Parent class. I am overriding that method void m1. Some implementation is there. So here what is the default modifier in Java? Here default is there. What is the default modifier in Java? So here default is there. Here also default. So parent is the default. Same level permissions, right? So no problem. Which one? This concept is called overriding. But concentrate, I remove default. So here I declared protected. So here protected. Tell me here, I declared public. Tell me protected members how many packages are able to access? Protected, how many packages are able to access? How many packages are able to access? Just remove, no problem here. So protected members means within the package possible, outside package child class is possible. Within the package, outside package child class is possible. While overriding, we are declaring any modifier here? We are not declaring, right? If you are not declaring any modifier, what is the default modifier in Java? Default. Tell me what is the default access here? What is the default access? Package level access. The parent class within the package possible, outside package child class is possible. But while overriding, only within the package possible. Tell me, we are reducing the permissions or we are increasing the permissions or same level? Concentrate, we are reducing the permissions or increasing the permissions or same level? Obviously here we are reducing the permissions, right? So in Java, reducing the permissions are not possible. While overriding the methods, it is possible to maintain the same level permissions or it is possible to maintain increasing order. But it is not possible to reduce the permissions. Point is clear? Reduction of permissions are not possible. This is error message generated. The case number 3. For example, here I declared here default. Default means how many packages are able to access within the package. Here I declared public. So now tell me default to public. Here within the package, here anyone can access. While overriding, we are increasing permissions or decreasing the permissions or same level. So we are increasing, right? Here within the package, while overriding, anyone can access. We are increasing. So it is possible to increase. It's overriding rule number 7. What is the rule number 7 here? While overriding, so it is possible to maintain same level or increasing order, but not decreasing order. This is very important at high end level. Always you are overriding. While overriding, so can please check the modifiers. So while overriding, it is possible to maintain the same level permissions or increasing order, but not decreasing level. So that is a overriding rule number 7. So practically I will implement this example. So check this example. So this is obviously same level, right? Now I will write the permission regarding increasing level. Increasing level means here I declared protected. Protected means how many packages are able to access within the package, outside package child classes. Here I declared public. Public means how many packages are able to access all packages. So within the package, outside package subclasses, but while overriding, all packages are able to access. Now tell me, obviously increasing or decreasing? So same level. Obviously increasing level. Code is compiled, no problem at all. This is our case number 2. What is the case number 2 here? Increasing. And the case number 3 I am writing here. What is the case number 3 here? Decreasing. In the decreasing level, so here default. Otherwise I declared public. Public means how many packages are able to access? All packages. While overriding, I am removing this public. If you are removing the public means what is the default modifier in Java? Default is there. So what is the default? This is the default modifier is there. What is the default access? Tell me what the default access within the package. Public anyone can access, but while overriding within the package can access. We are trying to decrease the permissions, right? When we are trying to decrease the permissions, it generates error message. Attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. In entire Java, so whenever we are getting this error message, attempting to assign weaker access privileges, then decide we are trying to reduce the permissions. In entire Java, we are getting this message means we are trying to reduce the permissions. So this is the overriding rule number 7. This is my case number 3. Case number 3. What the case number 1 here? So here either public to public or protected to protected or default to default. Same level. No problem at all. What is second one here? Incremental. Protected means within the package, outside package only child classes, but public means anyone can access. We are increasing. Number 3, decreasing level. Public means anyone can access, but while overriding we are not declaring any modifier. If you are not declaring any modifier means default. Default means within the package. Here all packages are able to access. Here within the package we are accessing. We are trying to increase or decreasing the same level. Decreasing. In entire Java, whenever we are trying to decrease the permissions, it generates error message. What is error message here? Attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. Weaker access privileges was public. This is the overriding rule number 7.